Do not leave this moment too quickly, because the words you are hearing now may touch the very place in your heart you have kept hidden from everyone else. I have seen the nights when you smiled in front of others and then became silent when no one was watching. I have seen you carry questions you could not explain, disappointment you did not know how to release, and a heaviness that followed you even into moments that should have brought you joy. You have wondered why your heart still aches after so much time. You have asked why certain memories still return and why some prayers seem to remain unanswered. Hear me clearly today. Your story is not finished. Hope is still alive within you, and I am still working in the places you cannot see. My child, I know you more deeply than any person on this earth could ever know you. I understand the meaning behind your silence. I know why certain words hurt you more than others. I remember the promises people made to you, and the emptiness you felt when those promises were forgotten. I saw the dreams you carried with excitement, and I saw your confusion when the path suddenly changed. You may have believed that a closed door meant your future had disappeared, but I want you to learn something valuable today. A changed path is not always a destroyed destiny. Sometimes you must release what you expected before you can recognize what I am teaching you in the present. Do not measure your entire life by one painful season. A difficult chapter cannot explain the whole book. The disappointment you experience does not have authority to name your future. The person who rejected you does not determine your worth. The mistake you made does not have permission to become your permanent identity. You must stop repeating every cruel sentence spoken over you as though it were truth. Examine the voices you have allowed to live inside your thoughts. If a voice constantly tells you that you are useless, forgotten, incapable, or beyond restoration, do not build your life upon it. Return to truth. Return to prayer. Return to the quiet place where your heart can become steady again. I want you to apply these words to your life, not simply hear them and move on. Beginning today, when fear enters your thoughts, do not immediately agree with it. Ask yourself, is this fear helping me walk in wisdom, or is it stealing my peace? When an old memory returns, do not spend the entire day living inside yesterday. Acknowledge what happened. Learn what must be learned. Forgive where forgiveness is needed, and bring the burden to me. You cannot change yesterday by suffering through it repeatedly. But you can change the direction of tomorrow by choosing faith, wisdom, and courage today. There are burdens you were never meant to carry forever. You have carried the opinions of others. You have carried guilt. You have carried the pressure to prove yourself. You have tried to appear strong while your inner life was exhausted. Now I am asking you to become honest with me. Speak to me about what hurts. Tell me what you fear. Tell me where you feel confused. Prayer does not require impressive language. I am not waiting for perfect sentences. I desire sincerity. If all you can say is, "God, help me," then speak those words with faith. If tears come, let them come. Your tears do not make your prayer weak. I am teaching you that peace is not found by controlling every circumstance. You have exhausted yourself trying to predict every outcome. You have imagined conversations that never happened and disasters that never arrived. You have allowed tomorrow's possibilities to steal today's strength. This must change. Give your attention to what is in front of you. Take care of your spirit. Care for your family. Complete the work you have been given. Speak kindly. Rest when your body needs rest. Pray before anxiety grows into panic. Make decisions with patience rather than fear. Listen until the end of this message, because I want to help you understand how to walk into a healthier and stronger season of your life. Do not merely seek a temporary emotional feeling. I want your faith to develop roots. I want you to know how to stand when circumstances are uncomfortable. I want you to learn that your value remains even when people misunderstand you. I want you to recognize that success without peace can become another form of bondage. I want you to build a life where your public smile and your private heart are not living in two different worlds. You have asked me for blessings, but I also want to prepare your character to carry what you have prayed for. If you desire greater opportunities, become responsible with the opportunities already in your hands. If you desire stronger relationships, examine how you communicate. If you desire peace, stop feeding every argument. If you desire spiritual growth, make room for prayer instead of giving me only the minutes left after everything else has taken your attention. Faith becomes stronger through practice. Love becomes visible through action. Wisdom grows when you are willing to receive correction. I am not asking you to become perfect overnight. I am asking you to walk with me honestly. Take one faithful step, then another. There will be days when you feel strong and days when you feel tired. Do not judge your entire journey by one difficult morning. Continue. Return to what is true. Remember the times you thought you would never recover, yet you are still here. Remember the doors that closed and later protected you from paths that were not right for you. Remember the moments when help arrived in ways you did not expect. Hope is not dead in you. It may have become quiet beneath disappointment, but it is still there. I am breathing courage into the places where fear has lived too long. I am reminding you that you can begin again. You can forgive, you can learn, you can rebuild, you can pray again, you can dream with wisdom again. You can love without abandoning discernment. You can move forward without pretending the past never happened. Today, release the sentence, "Nothing will ever change." Replace it with a faithful decision, "I will take the next right step with God." You do not need to understand the entire road before you begin walking. Hold tightly to faith and remain teachable. Let gratitude become part of your daily life. Before you sleep, name 3 things for which you are grateful. When you wake, do not immediately fill your mind with fear. Give me the first moments of your attention. Speak words of faith. Ask for wisdom. Then, rise and live responsibly. If these words agree with what your heart needs today, type, "Yes, I will walk in hope." Let your comment become a personal declaration that you are choosing faith over despair. And stay with this message until the end, because there is more I want to place within your heart concerning healing, family, forgiveness, and the future you are building. If you feel happy and strengthened by my words like this message, subscribe and share it with someone who may be suffering silently. And if you feel led in your heart to support my ministry, you can use the link given below. Your support helps this message of faith and hope continue reaching hearts that need encouragement. Now remain with me, because I am not finished speaking to your heart. You have spent too much time believing that healing means forgetting everything that happened to you. That is not what I am teaching you. Healing is learning that the wound no longer has permission to control every decision you make. Healing is remembering without allowing the memory to become your master. Healing is looking at what you survived and understanding that you can carry wisdom forward without carrying bitterness with you. My child, I have watched you protect your heart by building walls so high that even genuine love struggles to enter. You told yourself that you were simply becoming stronger, but sometimes what you called strength was fear wearing armor. You were afraid to trust again, afraid to hope again, afraid to become excited because disappointment had taught you to expect pain. Today I am asking you to examine your heart with honesty. Protection is wise, but isolation can slowly become a prison. Discernment is valuable, but constant suspicion will exhaust your spirit. I want to heal the way you see yourself. You have been looking at your life through the eyes of people who did not understand you. Some judged you by your weakest moment. Some remembered your mistake but ignored your growth. Some received your kindness and still spoke carelessly about you. Their behavior wounded you, but their opinion is not the final authority over your identity. Stop standing before the mirror of another person's rejection and asking it to tell you your worth. You are learning. You are growing. You are still being shaped. Admit where you were wrong, because humility is strength. Apologize when an apology is necessary. Correct habits that damage your relationships. But after you have repented and taken responsibility, do not continue punishing yourself forever. Guilt that leads you toward correction can be useful, but shame that tells you there is no hope will keep you trapped. I call you toward transformation, not endless self-hatred. There are practical steps I want you to take. Guard what enters your mind. You cannot spend hours listening to voices that feed anger, fear, envy, and hopelessness, and then wonder why your spirit feels disturbed. Choose carefully what you repeatedly consume. Pay attention to the conversations you participate in. Do not make gossip your entertainment. Do not celebrate the downfall of another person. Do not use your pain as permission to become cruel. Speak words that build life. This does not mean you must pretend everything is wonderful. Truth can be spoken with wisdom. Boundaries can be established without hatred. You can say no without becoming bitter. You can walk away from harmful behavior without spending every day wishing destruction upon the person who hurt you. Forgiveness does not always mean returning to the same unhealthy situation. Sometimes forgiveness means releasing vengeance while continuing to walk with wisdom. I know forgiveness is difficult for you in certain places. You remember what was said. You remember how you were treated. You remember waiting for an apology that never arrived. You think forgiveness will make the pain seem unimportant, but forgiveness is not calling evil good. It is refusing to allow another person's actions to control the condition of your heart forever. Bring the anger to me. Do it repeatedly if necessary. Healing can be a process. Pray for wisdom before you react. When someone provokes you, give yourself time before answering. Not every accusation requires a response. Not every argument deserves your energy. Not every person is entitled to unlimited access to your heart. Learn the difference between a conversation that can produce understanding and a conflict that exists only to steal your peace. I am restoring peace within you, but you must participate in this restoration. Create moments of quiet. Put down the noise. Sit with me. Read words that strengthen your faith. Write your thoughts if your mind feels crowded. Speak with trustworthy people when you need wise counsel. Take care of your body. Sleep is not a sign of laziness when your body genuinely needs restoration. Nourish yourself. Walk outside. Notice the sunlight. Notice the sky. Remember that your life is more than the problem currently demanding your attention. You have been praying for a miracle while ignoring small changes that can improve your daily life. I can work through extraordinary moments, but do not despise ordinary wisdom. A difficult financial situation may require prayer and disciplined planning. A damaged relationship may require prayer and an honest conversation. A tired body may require prayer and proper rest. A confused mind may require prayer and wise counsel. Faith does not require you to reject responsibility. You will become stronger as you stop running from every uncomfortable truth. Look at your habits. Look at your spending. Look at your words. Look at how you respond when corrected. Look at the amount of time you give to things that leave you empty. Ask me to reveal what needs to change, and then have the courage to act upon what you recognize. I am not exposing these things to humiliate you. I am teaching you how to become free. The future you pray for may require a version of you that has learned patience, discipline, forgiveness, and emotional maturity. Do not become angry with the preparation. A strong foundation is often built where no audience is watching. The world may applaud visible success, but I see what happens inside your home. I see how you speak to the people closest to you. I see whether your ambition is making you harsh. I see whether you are becoming so busy chasing recognition that your family receives only your exhaustion. Do not gain applause from strangers while losing tenderness toward those who love you. Your family needs your presence more than a perfect image. Listen to them, pray for them, encourage them. If there has been distance, take a humble step toward restoration where it is healthy and possible. You cannot force another person's heart, but you can examine your own actions. Become the person who brings peace into the room rather than carrying every outside frustration through the front door. I am teaching you a better definition of success. Success is not merely having more money than someone else. Success is being able to sleep with a clear conscience. It is providing responsibly without worshiping possessions. It is growing without becoming arrogant. It is being trusted by those who know you privately. It is using what you have to help someone who cannot repay you. It is remaining grateful when opportunities increase. Continue watching and listening, because the next part of this message will speak directly to the blessings you desire and the responsibility that comes with them. I want you to receive good things with a prepared heart, not an anxious spirit. If you are ready to release bitterness and choose healing, comment, "Amen, heal my heart." Do not type it as an empty phrase. Let it remind you to practice forgiveness, wisdom, and peace today. Encourage someone else in the comments if you see a person struggling. Sometimes one sincere sentence can become a light in another person's difficult day. You are not required to carry yesterday into every tomorrow. Give me your wounded places. Keep walking, keep learning, keep praying. I am still working within you, and the healing you seek may already be beginning in the decisions you make today. Listen carefully because you have asked for increase, open doors, answered prayers, and greater opportunities. But I want you to understand what many people forget. A blessing is not only something to receive, it is also something to steward. If I place more into your hands, will your heart remain grateful? If your name becomes known, will you still remember those who stood beside you when no one was watching? If your finances improve, will you become generous, or will fear make you hold everything tightly? If your prayers are answered differently from what you expected, will you still trust my wisdom? My child, I am not against your growth. I am not threatened by your dreams. I place gifts within you, and I desire for you to use them with integrity. But I do not want your ambition to consume your soul. You were not created to spend your entire life comparing your progress with strangers. Their timeline is not your assignment. Their success does not mean you have failed. Stop looking sideways so often that you forget to walk forward. Clarify what you are pursuing. Some of your exhaustion comes from chasing goals you never truly chose. You saw what others celebrated, and you assumed you needed the same thing. Ask yourself what kind of life you are actually building. What matters to you? What values will guide your decisions? What are you willing to sacrifice, and what should never be sacrificed? Do not sacrifice your character for quick advancement. Do not betray trustworthy people for temporary gain. Do not build your success upon deception and then ask me to give you peace inside it. You cannot continually ignore truth and expect your spirit to remain undisturbed. Choose the slower, honest path when the faster path requires you to become someone you do not respect. I know you have experienced delays. You have watched others move ahead while you remained in a season of waiting. You asked, "When will it be my turn?" Waiting exposed fears you did not know were inside you. It revealed your impatience. It revealed how deeply you desired validation. But the waiting season has also taught you endurance. You know how to continue when applause is absent. You know how to work when results are small. You know how to pray when answers are not immediate. Do not waste those lessons. When opportunity arrives, remember what the quiet season taught you. Remain disciplined. A door opening does not mean you can abandon the habits that prepared you to walk through it. Continue learning. Continue praying. Continue treating people with respect. Continue caring for your family. Continue examining your motives. I want you to stop calling yourself a failure simply because something did not work. Failure can become a teacher when you are humble enough to study it. Ask what went wrong. Was the timing poor? Was the plan unclear? Did you ignore advice? Did fear make you quit too early? Did pride make you continue too long? Learn. Adjust. Then move forward with greater wisdom. Your future does not require you to pretend you have never fallen. It requires you to rise with understanding. The strongest people are not those who have avoided every difficulty. They are often those who allow difficulty to deepen their wisdom rather than harden their hearts. You have something valuable to give. Perhaps it is your voice. Perhaps it is your ability to encourage. Perhaps you can build, teach, organize, create, care, lead, listen, or solve problems. Do not bury your gift because someone once laughed at your beginning. Beginnings are often small. Seeds do not apologize for being seeds. They grow when planted, nourished, and given time. Work diligently. Faith is not an excuse for carelessness. If you want to improve, practice. If you need knowledge, study. If you made a financial mistake, create a better plan. If your communication damages relationships, learn to listen. Pray, but also take responsible action. I can guide your steps, but you must be willing to move your feet. There are people waiting for you to become courageous enough to use what I placed within you. Your story may encourage someone who believes recovery is impossible. Your kindness may restore hope to a person who has been ignored. Your wisdom may help someone avoid a mistake you once made. Do not think only about what you can receive. Ask what you can contribute. When your life becomes a channel of blessing, success gains deeper meaning. Money can provide, build, and help when it is handled wisely. Influence can encourage when it is used responsibly. Knowledge can lift others when it is shared with humility. Opportunity can become a door for more than one person when selfishness does not control your heart. Be careful with pride. Pride rarely announces itself loudly at first. It begins when you stop listening. It grows when you believe correction is beneath you. It strengthens when you begin treating people according to what they can do for you. Remain humble. Remember that every person carries a story you may not know. I also want you to protect your peace as you grow. Greater responsibility can bring greater pressure. Learn to say no to what does not align with your purpose. You do not need to attend every argument. You do not need to prove yourself to every critic. Let your consistent actions speak over time. Do not become obsessed with those who doubt you. If you spend all your energy trying to embarrass your critics, they are still controlling your direction. Build because you have purpose, not because you want revenge. Grow because you have gifts to use, not because you need someone from your past to regret losing you. Your heart will become lighter when your motivation becomes cleaner. Release revenge. Release unhealthy comparison. Release the need to be admired by everyone. Walk in integrity. Let your private decisions support your public prayers. There are answers you have been seeking, and some of those answers will become clearer as you become more disciplined. Confusion sometimes grows because you keep changing direction every time your emotions change. Commit to what is wise. Give healthy plants enough time. Evaluate honestly, but do not uproot every seed because it did not become a tree overnight. I am preparing you to recognize opportunities with wisdom. Not every open door is your door. Ask whether an opportunity aligns with your values. Ask what it will require from your family. Ask whether you are motivated by fear, ego, or purpose. Seek counsel when the decision is significant. Stay with this message until the end. The next part will speak about fear, protection, family, and the peace you need when life feels uncertain. Do not allow distraction to pull you away from what your heart needs to hear. If you believe you are ready to grow with wisdom and remain faithful in your success, type, "I receive wisdom." And if someone else's comment touches your heart, leave them a word of encouragement. Let this space become filled with hope rather than judgment. You have asked me to change your circumstances. Now allow me to strengthen your character. You have asked me for opportunity. Now become responsible with today. You have asked me to guide your future. Now listen when wisdom challenges your habits. I am leading you toward growth that does not destroy your peace, success that does not separate you from love, and a life where your gifts become a blessing to others. There are moments when the world feels louder than your faith. News troubles you. Family problems occupy your thoughts. Financial concerns follow you into the night. You hear about sickness, conflict, loss, and uncertainty, and your mind begins creating 100 frightening possibilities. Before anything has happened, you have already suffered through it in your imagination. I want to teach you how to stand when fear tries to control your inner world. My child, courage does not mean you never feel afraid. Courage means fear is not given the authority to make every decision for you. When fear rises, return to what you know. Breathe, pray, examine the facts, seek wisdom. Do what is within your responsibility and release what you cannot control into my hands. You have confused constant worry with preparation. They are not the same. Preparation asks, "What wise action can I take?" Worry repeats, "What if everything goes wrong?" Preparation creates a plan. Worry creates endless imaginary disasters. Learn to recognize the difference. When financial fear appears, do not hide from your situation. Look clearly at what you have, what you owe, and what needs to change. Ask for wisdom. Reduce unnecessary pressure where possible. Make a plan. Do not let embarrassment stop you from seeking responsible guidance. Your value is not equal to a number in an account. When family problems arise, do not assume that shouting louder will create understanding. Listen, speak truth without cruelty. Pray before difficult conversations. Sometimes, the greatest spiritual discipline you can practice is controlling your tongue when anger wants immediate release. Your home should not become the place where everyone receives the worst version of you because strangers received your patience all day. The people closest to you are not emotional containers for every frustration you collect outside. Learn to transition. Before entering your home, take a moment, release the tension. Ask me to help you bring peace through the door. Pray for your family by name. Do not only pray when there is a crisis. Pray for their wisdom. Pray for their health. Pray for their decisions. Pray for their relationships. Pray that you will know how to love them well. And remember that prayer for another person does not give you permission to control them. Love them. Guide where appropriate. Establish boundaries when necessary. But recognize that every heart has its own journey. You have worried about people you love because you cannot make every decision for them. This has caused you deep anxiety. You imagine every danger. You want to protect them from every mistake. But you must learn to trust me while continuing to love responsibly. You cannot live every person's life for them. Bring their names to me, then ask what your role truly is. Sometimes your role is to speak, sometimes it is to listen, sometimes it is to help, sometimes it is to stop rescuing a person from consequences that may teach them responsibility. Wisdom is required. Do not allow fear to make you spiritually superstitious. You do not need to interpret every difficult day as a sign of destruction. Problems are part of life. A delay is not always an attack. A disagreement is not always a conspiracy. A mistake is not always the end. Remain grounded. Pray with faith and think with wisdom. I am your refuge, and I desire for your trust in me to produce stability within you. If your faith makes you more panicked by every rumor, examine what you are feeding your mind. Return to truth. Let your prayer life become a place of honesty and peace rather than endless fear. There are things you survived that you once believed would destroy you. Remember them, not to reopen the wound, but to recognize the strength that developed within you. You learned how to continue after disappointment. You learned that tears can dry. You learned that a closed door does not stop the sun from rising. You learned that life can contain pain and still hold beauty. Look around you. There are still reasons to be grateful. Gratitude does not deny difficulty. It refuses to let difficulty become the only thing you can see. The mind naturally magnifies what it repeatedly studies. If you study only problems, your world will feel entirely dark. Train yourself to notice grace. Write down what is still good. Perhaps you have one person who genuinely cares. Perhaps you have another morning. Perhaps you have learned something important. Perhaps you have food today. Perhaps you have a chance to apologize. Perhaps you can begin a new habit. Do not insult small blessings because they are not the large miracle you requested. Small blessings have carried you through many seasons. A conversation at the right time. A warning you almost ignored. A moment of rest. A person who listened. An unexpected idea. A door that closed before you made a harmful decision. You do not always recognize protection when it arrives disguised as interruption. Trust does not mean you will understand every event immediately. Some lessons become visible only with time. But while you wait for understanding, continue practicing what is good. Be honest, be kind, work diligently, pray consistently, forgive, rest, seek wisdom. Do not surrender your peace to gossip. People will speak, some will misunderstand you, some will create versions of your story that you do not recognize. Correct what must be corrected, especially when truth and responsibility require it. But do not spend your life chasing every whisper. Your energy is valuable. Your attention is valuable. Your time is valuable. Invest them in what produces growth. Every hour spent rehearsing hatred is an hour you cannot use to build, learn, love, or heal. I am calling you into emotional maturity. You do not have to react to everything. Silence can be wise. Distance can be wise. A calm answer can be powerful. An apology can be powerful. Asking for help can be powerful. You are becoming stronger, but strength must remain gentle. Do not become so proud of surviving pain that you lose compassion for those who are still struggling. Remember how confusing your own dark season felt. When you see someone falling, do not immediately assume they are weak. Offer wisdom without arrogance. Stay with me through the final part of this message, because I want to speak about your new beginning, your purpose, and the daily choices that will keep hope alive within you. The final words are not meant merely to excite you for a moment. They are meant to give you a path you can practice. If you are choosing peace instead of allowing fear to rule your thoughts, comment, "My heart will trust." If you know someone who is carrying anxiety about their family or future, remember them in prayer today. Let your faith become active through compassion. You are not powerless in this season. You can pray. You can learn. You can make wise decisions. You can control the words you speak. You can choose what receives your attention. You can ask forgiveness. You can begin again. Fear may knock upon the door of your thoughts, but you do not have to give it permanent residence. I am teaching you to stand with a peaceful heart, a clear mind, and faith that continues walking even when the entire road is not visible. Now hear these final words with an open heart, because I do not want you to finish this message and return immediately to the same thoughts that have been draining your strength. I want you to carry something practical from this moment. Hope must become more than a beautiful word you hear in a devotional message. Hope must influence how you rise tomorrow morning. It must influence the way you speak to yourself. It must influence the decisions you make when no one is watching. My child, a new beginning is not always announced by a dramatic event. Sometimes, a new beginning starts quietly. It begins when you decide not to send the angry message. It begins when you finally create the plan you have been avoiding. It begins when you pray before reaching for distraction. It begins when you apologize sincerely. It begins when you forgive, even though the emotion has not completely disappeared. It begins when you stop calling yourself hopeless. You have been waiting to feel completely ready before changing your life, but readiness often grows after the first faithful step. Begin with what you have. Begin where you are. If your room is in disorder and the disorder is affecting your mind, organize one area. If your finances frighten you, write down the numbers. If a relationship requires an honest conversation, prepare your words with wisdom. If your spiritual life feels distant, spend 10 sincere minutes with me instead of promising that one day you will suddenly become perfect. Small faithful actions can change the direction of a life. Do not underestimate consistency. A single prayer may feel small, but a life of prayer shapes the heart. One wise financial decision may seem insignificant, but repeated discipline creates stability. One kind sentence may appear ordinary, but it can interrupt another person's despair. You are searching for purpose, and I want you to understand that purpose is not always a stage, a title, or a large audience. Purpose can be found in the way you care for your family. It can be found in honest work. It can be found in encouraging a person everyone else ignores. It can be found in creating something useful. It can be found in serving with integrity. Do not wait to become famous before you become faithful. Do not wait to become wealthy before you become generous. Do not wait for perfect circumstances before you become grateful. Practice today the character you want to carry tomorrow. I am leading you away from the belief that your best days are automatically behind you. Your age does not remove your ability to learn. Your past does not cancel your ability to grow. Your disappointment does not mean joy can never return. There is still life to live. There are still conversations to have. There are still people to love. There are still gifts within you that can be developed. Lift your head. Look at your life with new eyes. You are not merely the person who was hurt. You are also the person who learned compassion. You are not merely the person who failed. You are also the person who gained wisdom. You are not merely the person who waited. You are also the person who developed endurance. Use what you have learned. When you meet someone who is suffering silently, do not dismiss them. Listen. When you meet someone beginning from nothing, do not laugh at their small start. Encourage them. When you see a person make a mistake similar to one you made, remember the mercy you needed. Let your life become a light, not a performance, not a perfect image. A genuine light. Let people see honesty in you. Let them see that faith can remain present in difficult seasons. Let them see that forgiveness is possible. Let them see that a person can fall and rise wiser. You have asked me why certain battles were allowed to become part of your story. You may not receive every answer immediately, but you can decide what those battles produce within you. Pain can produce bitterness, or it can deepen compassion. Delay can produce envy, or it can teach patience. Correction can produce anger, or it can create wisdom. Choose what leads to life. When you wake tomorrow, begin differently. Before you examine every problem, remember that you have been given another day. Give thanks. Ask me for wisdom. Choose one important responsibility and address it. Do not spend the entire morning overwhelmed by 10 problems at once. Take the next right step. When discouragement returns, because there may still be difficult moments, do not immediately say, "I am back where I started." One hard day does not erase your progress. Return to your practices. Pray again. Rest if needed. Speak with someone wise. Continue. I am teaching you endurance. Real transformation is often less dramatic than people imagine. It is built through repeated decisions. It is choosing truth again and again. It is choosing patience again and again. It is returning to prayer again and again. Your hope will become stronger when you stop expecting your emotions to remain the same every day. Feelings change. Some mornings you will feel motivated, other mornings discipline must carry you. Do what is good even when the emotion is quiet. Remember your family. Do not become so focused on tomorrow that you miss the people sitting near you today. Tell them you love them. Listen when they speak. Put the device down sometimes. Share a meal. Pray together if they are willing. Create memories that do not require expensive things. Remember those in need. If you can help, help wisely. If you can encourage, encourage sincerely. If you can forgive, begin the process. The blessings in your life are not meant only to make you comfortable. Allow goodness to move through you. And remember me, not only when the crisis arrives, remember me in your joy. Speak to me when the answer comes. Give thanks when the door opens. Do not let success make you forget the prayers you whispered during the struggle. I have heard your heart through this message. I know the places where these words touched old pain. I know the areas where you still have questions. You do not have to solve everything tonight. Carry one truth with you. Hope is alive. Hope is alive when you pray after disappointment. Hope is alive when you try again with greater wisdom. Hope is alive when you forgive. Hope is alive when you choose kindness after being treated harshly. Hope is alive when you believe your life can still carry purpose. Do not abandon yourself because another person walked away. Do not destroy your future because yesterday was painful. Do not close every door of your heart because one person mishandled your trust. Walk wisely, but keep living. I am with you in the rebuilding. I am with you while you learn. I am with you in the quiet work no one applauds. I am with you when you choose peace. I am with you when you admit you need help. Rise with faith, not arrogance. Rise with wisdom, not revenge. Rise with compassion, not bitterness. Rise knowing that every day you are given is another opportunity to become more faithful, more loving, more disciplined, and more alive. If you receive this message and you are ready to begin again, type, "Amen, hope is alive in me." Let those words become your declaration today. Then read the comments and encourage one person. Tell someone, "Keep going." Tell them, "You are in my prayers." Become part of the hope you want to see in the world. If these words have brought peace to your heart, like this video and subscribe so you can continue receiving messages of faith, healing, wisdom, and encouragement. Share this message with a family member, friend, or someone who has been unusually quiet lately. They may be carrying a battle they have not told anyone about. And if you feel happy with these words and feel led to support this ministry, you can use the support link given below. Your support helps these messages continue reaching people who are searching for hope and spiritual encouragement. Do not leave this moment unchanged. Take one lesson and apply it today. Pray, forgive, make the plan, call the person you love, rest, begin the work, speak kindly, release the bitterness, return to faith. Hope is alive in you. Protect it with truth, strengthen it through prayer, express it through love. Carry it into your home. Share it with those who are hurting. I am still guiding you. I am still teaching you. I am still calling you forward, and your story is still being written.